All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome in to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Sim500 Dirt Division tonight from Kokomo. We were here last week with the sprint car guys. These guys back again in the pro late models. 20 late models checked in for this one. Ready to do battle and continue this points championship that has gotten fairly interesting over the last few weeks. Ryan Buehler has had his way out in front most of the way, but Billy Rowley is making a late season charge here. He's got it closed into a 22-point gap in these pro late models. He had it down to, with the drop weeks, he should have a lead in the sprint cars, but right now we are looking at the pro late models. 11th round. Buehler on top, Rowley in second, Gray in third, Cohan fourth, and Shamborn in fifth. All drivers covered under about 70 points from first to fifth. And all those guys are at the track tonight, ready to do battle. Don't forget, say hi in the chat, Twitch, YouTube, or any of the Facebook channels. YouTube and Facebook, or YouTube and Twitch, excuse me. Go by, subscribe. You'll know every time we go live, 4 and 5 nights a week. And with seasons winding down in the real world, it's going to be a whole lot more sim racing going on, so you can get your fix right here every Sunday through Thursday. Got the Sim500 guys tonight. Tomorrow night, Dirt Slingers. Wednesday, Warrior Series, the modified cars. Let's see where the modified junkies are at tomorrow night. They are going to be at Weedsport tomorrow night. And then Thursday night, right back here, 8 p.m. Eastern once again. Charlotte will host the Dirt Slingers Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series. Practice starting to wind down, guys. Getting ready to head in for the driver meeting. And they will do their qualifying and be ready to line up in heat races. Like I said, only 20 cars, so a couple of heat races. Everybody looking like they're going to make the show tonight. Ryan Buehler, fastest in practice. Damian Leininger, second quick. Billy Rowley, Nick Shamborn, Nick Cohan. So your top 4 of your top 5 in points right there. Couple of cars out for some late laps here. They will do a little bit of track prep in between this session, qualifying, and then the rest of the night they will run the track completely out. But they like to freshen the track up just a little bit, bring some of that moisture back to the top when they start the heat race session. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoy the show tonight. Say hi in the chat for sure. Do not be shy. I will say hi back. A lot of stuff starting to happen, some things starting to come together. Some of our winter stuff going to be very interesting. Some of the sponsors working on some deals that you'll definitely want to be around for. So keep that in mind. If you missed last night, Dirt Slingers Monday Night Thunder Series, they went to Knoxville. We had Bob Baker on with us from the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. Fun show at the pre-race. Go back and watch that. And then the Open Boys went to Eldora with pretty good races all around. So we are starting off the last week of September, the first week of October with great racing. Hope to continue that tonight. These guys always put on a great show. About 45 seconds left in the warm-up session. They will do their drivers' meeting. Get ready for qualifying. And while they do that, it is time for us to start our pre-race ceremonies.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, a big thank you to the Foley boys for their, as always, fantastic pre-race ceremonies. Get ready to end the qualifying here shortly. Right now, Nick Shamborn, Nick Cohan, Billy Rowley, Ryan Bueller, and John Batista atop our leaderboards. Only a couple, 3 cars have not taken time. 21 cars to take time. 18 have done so. Looks like with a couple of heat races, you're going to see Nick Shamborn and Nick Cohan on the pole for each heat race tonight. We'll see what happens with those guys. Everybody right there battling for points in the top 5. Little third of a mile bull ring. This thing doesn't have a whole lot of banking unless you get right out to the fence. And you'll see a lot of cars with the right rear scraping the wall up there, trying to take paint off of each other. Couple of 3 cars still making laps out here, but qualifying for the most part is over. The driver's just waiting for the time to run out so they can get lined up for their heat races. Good show. Should be a quick show tonight, guys. A lot starting to go on. We are getting requests all over the place for different series to come broadcast, and just trying to figure out what the schedule is going to look like. Don't forget, this Sunday, tune in. Going to be a test show for a new group. Should be a fun time for them. All right, looks like we have split into 3 heat races tonight. 7 cars in each heat race. So 1 extra car sneaking into break up the party for the 10-car heat races. But on the pole for heat race number 1, the 01 car. That is a pink machine out there for Mr. Nick Shamborn. On the outside of him, the Lucas Oil Culver's GSR number 7 from Manitowoc, Wisconsin, Ryan Bueller. He's your points leader. Row 2 on the inside, the Full Moon Garage number 97 from Hamburg, Pennsylvania, Robert Schaefer. And on the outside of him, the 99 car going to be Brandon Walter. Row 3 on the inside, the Grand Slam Graphics number 89 from Shrewsbury, Pennsylvania, Mason Hine. And on the outside of him in the 30 machine, Tom Leake. And on the back row by himself, Hunter Parsons. Joined to the series last week, made a great showing. He is not actually gridded for this. So the 1 car problems before we ever get started. Hopefully we will get to see him before the end of the night. But right now, Pace Truck is headed in. Heat race number 1 about to go green. 10 laps for these guys. Green flag in the air. Slight contact on the start pushes Bueller a little wide, and Shamborn had the lead for a split second, spun the right rear a little on the exit of 2, and Bueller got great drive down off the hill. He is going to lead lap number 1 as they're 3 wide. Going into 1 and 2 for the first time. Now they sorted out Bueller. Then Shamborn. And then Schaefer in behind that. Robert Schaefer. 97 car. Been very consistent all season. Missed a couple of races. It's really hurt him in the points. Tom Leake back into 4th. Brandon Walter is 5th. And Mason Hine a distant 6th place. But it is all Ryan Bueller pretty much all the time in these heat races. As he gets out front, usually drives away from the field pretty quickly. See Nick Shamborn trying to run him back down. 4 down, working lap number 5 right here. Still 6 to go. Bueller, Shamborn, Schaefer, Leake, Walter, and Hine as they go past the halfway point in heat race number 1. Starting to get stretched out. A lot of distance between the top 3. Schaefer, the black car, center of the screen, running in 3rd. Best battle on the track right here for just a second. Walter caught up to Leake. Don't think he was able to show him the front end of that 99 machine, but he did let him hear him off the left rear corner. It's going to come down to 2 to go, this time out of turn 4. Oh, Schaefer finds the wall with the right rear. That snaps the 97 car around. He's able to grab it up and keep it going. A little bit of damage on the right rear. The white flag in the air. Final time around, heat race number 1. Looks like Bueller will pick up the win. Shamborn in 2nd, Schaefer 3rd. Oh, Tom Leake in 4th, Brandon Walter and Mason Hine in that order. So 1 down. We'll bring out heat 2, put 7 more cars out on the track. On the pole, the CJ Automotive Dizzy Motorsports number 21 from Nazareth, Pennsylvania. Nick Cohan. On the outside of him, the Ultimate Dirt TV Black Diamond Motorsports number 54 from Ellington, Florida. It's going to be JB John Batista. Row 2 on the inside, the Netcoat Esports number 8 of Josh Gerlach from Bondurant, Iowa. And on the outside of him in the 11 machine is Shane Yates. Row 3 on the inside, 12 car of Scott Simley. The outside, the 04 of Doug Sigmund. And on the back row by himself in the 81 machine, going to be Josh Parker. All right, pace truck will drop off this time down the back stretch. And we will get ready to fire off heat race number 2 out of turn 4. Cohan and Batista. On our front row, once again, 6 cars as Josh Parker, the 81 car, did not roll out for the start. And the green flag is in the air, heat race number 2. And Cohan puts a big jump on Batista. Out of turn 2 down the back stretch. Cohan, Batista, Yates, your top 3, but on the bottom, Josh Gerlach, that 8 car, trying to make some noise. Simley had to check up instead of running into the back of him. Moved Gerlach to 4th, Simley to 5th, and Sigmund back to 6th. But it is Nick Cohan with about 5 car lengths in front of John Batista. Batista's got about 4 or 5 car lengths on Yates. Track's still pretty heavy. These guys working the top side. Trying to run that in, set up a nice cushion for the feature. And the top side just going to be a lot faster with this big, heavy car. You got to slow it way down to get it down around the inside. And it is hard to make some progress. You saw Cohan nick the wall there in turn one, and that slowed him up enough to let Batista gain about a car and a half, 2 cars on him. We are halfway in heat race number 2 with still Cohan, Batista, Yates, Gerlach, Simley, and Sigmund in that order. And once again, the 21 machine finding the concrete barrier on the outside of the track. And Batista thought he had something for just a second, went through the middle of 3 and 4 and lost everything he gained from the mistake out of 2 by Cohan. Now closes it down. Yates starting to reel these guys in too. We may see a last lap, last corner pass here out of the 54 or the 11 car. I think Yates might have hurt himself there. He got pretty squarely out of 2. Keeping our eye on the top 3 with 2 to go. Once again, Cohan finding problems in turns 1 and 2. Batista just not able to in any kind of a position there to really do anything with it. But the white flag in the air. Cohan's got to survive 2 more corners. And he is going to pick up the win in Heat 2. He's going to have John Batista behind him. Yates behind that. Gerlach, Simley, and Sigmund in that order. So heat race is going by pretty quickly here. So we'll get ready for our 3rd and final heat race tonight. On the pole, and the Wicked Energy Gum elbows up Sim Sport number 79 from New Paris, Ohio. The Rowdy one, Billy Rowdy. And on his outside in the BAR Transport, number 63 from Muskegon, Michigan, Bill Coy. Row 2 on the inside. The Buddies Racing Equipment, TDC Racing, number 43 from Oxford, Michigan, Reed Rundle. And on the outside of him, the Sugar Tit Moonshine, number 02 from Greenville, South Carolina, Shannon Wood. In the 3rd row on the inside, the 2 car of Mike Kelly, and on the outside of him, the GRP Wakeman IRAPS, number 617 from Fairview Heights, Illinois, Lance Kieser. And on the back row by himself in the 35 machine, going to be Damian Leininger. All 7 cars this time, Leininger, the Bang Energy Drink machine. So all 7 cars on track for this one. 10 laps again. We're waiting for Rowley to give us the big loud pedal out of turn number 4, and they are on the gas. And heat race 3 is underway. Rowley got a great jump. Now we're going to see if anything can be done with that. Rundle falls in behind Coy. Looks like Coy already damaged on the right rear. Maybe he slid it up, put it in the fence a little bit. Everybody getting out of shape in turn 2 right now, right at the top. Right in the dead center. Here comes Mike Kelly from his 5th position at start. He's up to 4th, and he is trying to run that Amsoil machine around the top side. Just can't do it. You see Coy keeps getting a little sideways in front of these guys. And it is checking everybody up on the top side of turn 2. Rundle tried to go low this time. If the same mistake was made, he might have a shot. All it did was get him a little more out of shape, and Kelly works to the high side. Now move Bill Kelly into 3rd. Or I'm sorry, Mike Kelly, excuse me. I don't know where I came up with Bill at, but Michael will have to forgive me for that one. Bill Coy in front of him in 2nd. Billy Rowley way out in front of these guys. He is already off turn 4, and he is going to be at halfway. Coy now with Kelly tightly in tow. He's out of shape in 2 one more time. Gets Kelly out of shape behind him. Leininger's got the high side on Rundle. Goes in. A little contact with Leininger and Kelly. Everybody kind of out of shape. It kind of got Rundle out of shape, and he went way down low. It's going to give Coy some breathing room, but this is a good battle right here for 4th. Rowley's still way, way out in front of these guys. He's already off 2 when they're coming into turn 1. He's going to get 2 to go out of 4. There goes Mike Kelly alongside Coy. Trying to inch that late model up there, get the spot. Lost ground in 3 and 4. More contact between cars. Glad these cars got a lot of fender space on them. Billy Rowley already under the white flag. He's got 1 lap to go. He is going to win heat race number 3. And Mike Kelly now around the top side is going to take 2nd away from Coy, and Leininger is going to try to go with him. So they go into 3 and 4. Rowley's at the checks. Here comes Kelly Mike Kelly second. Leininger in third. Coy in fourth. Then Rundle, Wood, and Keister in that order. Good finish there. Second, third, and fourth. All right. 1B main. 1B main only. I think we're going to eliminate one car from this. It is a 20-car feature. Actually, we are not going to eliminate anybody, it looks like. Not sure why they're running the B main, but hey, more laps, more cars on track. More racing for you to enjoy. Tom Leake on the pole. Josh Gerlach on the outside of row 1. Row 2, Bill Coy and Brandon Walters. The third row, Scott Simley and Reed Rundle. Row 4, Mason Hine and Doug Sigmund. Row 5, Shannon Wood and Hunter Parsons. And in the sixth row, Josh Parker and Lance Keister. Hunter Parsons and Josh Parker not making the call. So we're going to cut this down to a 10-car field. Everybody will be in our feature tonight, scheduled for 30 laps. All right, pace truck going to head in. Gerlach on the outside of Tom Leake. Ready to go green right here. Middle of 3 and 4.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air. Racing once again here at Kokomo. Everybody fighting and trying to get to the top side. And you can see Gerlach now goes down to the inside. Slide job across the nose. Got the lead right there. Found a little bit of fence. Will Leake get him back in turns 1 and 2? No. Reed Rundle way out of shape. He's able to grab the car right back up. He's going to fall all the way from about 5th to 7th as he allows Hine, Walter, and Simley to go by. Bill Coy in third, the 63 machine. Scott Simley in fourth. Mason Hine and Brandon Walter fighting over 5th. Then Reed in 7th. Shannon Wood are running in the 8th spot. Doug Sigmund and Lance Keister rounding out the field. Josh Gerlach got the lead about lap number 2. And he is starting to get away from these guys. He's got about 10 cars on Tom Leake right now. You see Reed Rundle and Brandon Walter with a little bit of fender-to-fender contact. Out of 2, that allows Rundle to take 5th away from Walter. He's still chasing Simley, but Simley's putting pressure on Coy now. They went into 3, and Coy went in the middle. Kind of closed off the line that Simley was wanting to use. Now Simley, good run out of 2. He's right alongside when they go into 3. Got to get that car straight on the exit so he can get that drive off, and he's just not able to get it as straight as I think he wants to. Now he clears him out of 2 as Coy seems to still be fighting loose conditions, middle of 1 and 2 every single lap. Did it in the heat race. He's doing it here in the B main as well. Reed Rundle still running in 5th. Then Brandon Walter. Doug Sigmund in behind that. Mason Hine, Shannon Wood, and Lance Keister. And you see the leader behind Keister. Keister in 3 and 4. There's your leader. Not far behind. He'll be in lap traffic very soon. 5 laps still to go. Gerlach a full straightaway ahead of Tom Leake. Leake about the same gap back to Simley. That's when things start to get interesting because Rundle was right up there going into 3. He lost some space. He got around Coy, and Coy's starting to fight back. Not able to do it there. Coy and Walter touch coming out of 2. They just swap positions, move Walter to 5th, Coy back to 6th. That 63 car very, very out of shape in 1 and 2, right about there every single lap. Gerlach gets the 2 to go signal. He is right behind Shannon Wood, about to put him a lap down if the laps don't run out first because the white flag is out. Right there for your leader, Josh Gerlach. He laps the 0-2 of Shannon Wood. And we will watch him bring this thing down to the finish. Josh Gerlach's going to pick up the win in the B main. Tom Leake in second. Reed Rundle. Scott Simley back and forth, and Rundle takes it. He picks up third. Simley to fourth. Walter fifth. Coy, Hine, Sigmund Wood, and Keister in that order. All right, warm-up time. And while the boys warm the cars up and get a little bit of a look at the track, we will let you check this out.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Alrighty. Practice winding down. Final practice, ready for our feature race. 30 laps. Round 11. Sim500 Dirt Division. Presented by CJAuto21.com. And Will Webb. Voice and Data. Guys are ready to do battle here. All right, we'll let them get out onto the grid on the front stretch, and we will start running through our lineup. On the pole tonight, the 7 machine of Ryan Bueller, and on his outside, the 21 of Nick Cohan. Both drivers top 5 in points. Row 2 on the inside, the driver second in points, the 79 of Billy Rowley. On the outside of him, the 01 of Nick Shamborn. In the third row, the 54 car of John Batista inside, the 2 of Mike Kelly on the outside. Robert Schaefer starts the 97 car inside row number 4 with Shane Yates on the outside. The fifth row, we'll see Damian Leininger, the 35 inside, the 8 of Josh Gerlach on his outside. Row 6, Tom Leake, the 30 car on the inside of that row. 43 of Reed Rundle to the outside. Scott Simley, the 12 car inside row 7, the 99 of Brandon Walter on his outside. Bill Coy, the 63, he starts inside row 8 with Mason Hine in the 89 car on the outside of him. Row 9, Doug Sigmund, the 04 inside, the 02 Shannon Wood on the outside of that row. And in the 10th and final row on the inside is going to be the 617 of Lance Keister. Hunter Parsons and Josh Parker did not make it through to our feature, so we will not see them. 19 pro late models ready to do battle. Pace truck headed in. Green flag out of turn 4. Bueller, Cohan on the front row. 30 laps on the board.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air. And Bueller goes right to the front. Billy Rowley, a little trouble with he and Shamborn. That's going to check cars up. Mike Kelly's going to get turned around. So is Tom Leake. And right out of the box. Let's go back and see what we can see here should be fairly evident. They went down into the corner on the restart, or on the initial start, I'm sorry. And Rowley in the 79 had to check up just a little for the guys in front. Shamborn got into him, slowed him down a little bit. And then it's just a chain reaction behind that. Guys looking for space, and you can see the 2 and the 30 both backwards. So that will move those guys to the rear of the field. Should get back 2 by 2. For the restart, that is happening right here, right now. Everybody scrambling to get to their assigned position. Bueller and Cohan going to get us restarted once again. There we go. Bueller with another good jump. They're looking for Billy Rowley. They're in third behind Cohan, right in front of Shamborn. Everybody through 1 and 2. Now back down to 3 and 4 again. Looks like we're going to complete the first lap under green right here. Bueller, Cohan, Rowley, and Shamborn with Batista fifth and caution at the back of the field. Looks like maybe Mason Hine. Yeah, maybe not. He is way behind whatever happened here. We'll have to take a look and see if that wasn't somebody else. I'm not sure who brought out that caution. That I think a car just got far enough sideways it triggered a caution. They were able to grab it up and keep it going straight. I thought maybe for a second, since Hine was so far behind everybody, that it was him, but he was in a position not to trigger a caution. He was far enough in front of the leaders and far enough behind the car in front of him not to have that be the case. So 3 laps completed, 27 still to go. Pace truck already in. We are getting ready to go back to green. Still 2 by 2. Bueller on the throttle. Cohan with a little bit of a late jump. Rowley jumped in late behind him. He's going to be third when they come out of turn 2 side by side. John Batista making a move. Down the inside, he takes third away. Got that 54 car right up against those tires on the infield. He is making that sweet spot down there just work right now. He is pulling alongside the 21 machine of Cohan. Lost a little bit there. But John Batista is starting to enjoy the fender cars, I think. He has been a sprint car guy since we got dirt on iRacing. I think he is figuring out that the fender cars can be just as much fun. He's starting to enjoy racing those. So the 54 machine now had second for just a split period of time out of turn 2 over Cohan. But Cohan using the top side, and he is able to ride right back past the line. Still Bueller out in front. Cohan, Batista battling second and third. Billy Rowley in fourth. Shamborn is in fifth. Yates, Arundel, Schaefer, Leininger, and Gerlach, your top 10 right now. Drop back here. Take a look at 10th. Simley and Gerlach going at it pretty good for 10th. And they got a bunch of guys stacked up 2 wide behind them. We're watching the 8 and the 12 car right now, and Simley hanging on to the spot by about half a car each time they come across the timing stripe. Working that 12 car down on the inside right there. Hanging the left front up just a little bit. Now a full car as they swap lanes. Gerlach goes to the bottom. Simley went to the top, and Gerlach takes the spot back. Now keep the 8 machine down the inside. Right front fender completely missing on the 8 car. Almost looking like a modified now. Gerlach back to 10th. Let's go back towards the front. Batista now has gotten around. Second place, Nick Cohan. Moved Cohan to third. Batista keeping Bueller right in his sights as Bueller gets into traffic. He's working the high side around. Lance Keister right there. Keister, the
All right, man.
617
Caution is
car.
out. Caution is out.
First car to be a lap down. Damian Leininger into the infield. Oh, that car found the fence and crawled the fence. He tried to leave the racetrack right there, and that is not the place to leave. It was right before that. You head out the back chute back there and go back to the pit area. But the 35 machine going to finish at least 19th tonight. She is the first car out of the race. We'll go up front. Take a look at our top 10. Bueller, Batista, Cohan, Rowley, Shamborn, Yates, Rundle, Schaefer, Gerlach, and Simley. So good run there. We're darn near to the halfway point. Got about a dozen in a row in that time. Gonna get them lined up 2 by 2 again for the restart. Now it's Bueller and Batista, Cohan and Rowley, Shamborn and Yates. The first 3 rows.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. And now they're going to get single file across the top. Bueller got a new challenger behind him now. He goes to the bottom. Batista went straight to the top shelf. Bueller was able to work the bottom and make a whole lot of headway through 3 and 4. Now he goes top in 1 and 2. Back to the bottom in 3 and 4. Batista made up some ground on the bottom side of 1 and 2. 54 machine now bidding for the lead out of turn number 2. He's got it into the end of the backstretch. He moved a 7 car up the hill. Will he have it coming out of 4? The leader at the line, the 54 car of John Batista. First time tonight for a new leader. Comes just after halfway, and Bueller got out of shape off 2. And caution as maybe Bill Coy. Well, maybe not. Mason Hine got out of shape in front of Mike Kelly. Got turned around on the front stretch. You see the flagman pick up the yellow flag and show it to everyone. So right after he takes the lead, caution will give him a chance to take a deep breath, figure out what he's going to do for the rest of this one. John Batista out in front of Ryan Bueller, Nick Cohan, Nick Shamborn, Billy Rowley back to 5th now. Gerlach up to 6th. Yates, Schaefer, Rundle, and Wood rounding out your top 10. 12 laps to go when we get to green. Drivers spread out 2 by 2. Waiting on John Batista to give us the big loud pedal start here out of 4. He does so. Green flag in the air. Car stacking up behind that. An immediate caution. I'm pretty sure I saw Rundle get in this. I think he was in it with Yates. Yeah, well, watch the 11 and the 43 right here. The 11 car just a little out of shape right there. Collects the 43. That's what brought the caution. So we will re-rack the restart. No laps completed. I don't even think we made it fully back to the start-finish line on that restart. Still 12 laps to go. All right, back 2 by 2.
Green.
Bueller had the pole for the restart there. Not sure what that was about, as Batista was the car that restarted the last one. But we're watching them now out of 4. Batista down to the bottom, and caution once again. Let's see. Shanny Yates in the infield. He was in the infield for the last restart, so I'm not sure where the caution came from. Sideways car somewhere. See if Rundle and Coy. Yeah, Coy got a little sideways. That's going to trigger the caution right there. That's why he was getting towards the back of the field and pulling up behind Reed Rundle right there. So tough on the restarts here. Guys bunched up on top of each other. A small mistake, and it is really, really easy to get into the car in front of you. Bueller Batista once again in the front row.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. Good start for Bueller again. He knows Batista wants to go downstairs and try to live in the basement down in 3 and 4 for sure. He takes the 54 car to the inside, back to the top side. Bueller's going to hang on to it. Here comes Shamborn, the 01 machine, working his way around the top side. Does he have any momentum out of 2? Sure does. Right by the 54 car. John Batista fighting back at the line, able to hang on to second. Good run for him out of 2, but Shamborn just getting too much momentum off the top side. Trying to run Bueller down. Check in with Cohan here, running in the 4th position. Caution once again. Reed Rundle's car in the infield one more time. Looked like he and Shannon Wood maybe getting together. Oh, gets down in there. Simley's around, then Wood comes in up underneath. Everybody able to drive him away. It looks like he drove it away and drove it right into the infield, as a matter of fact. Seven to go when we get to green this time. Bueller, Batista, Shamborn, Cohan, Schaefer, Rowley, Gerlach, Tom Leake up to 8th. Brandon Walters in 9th. And Mike Kelly in your top 10 right now. So inside the 10 to go. We'll see if they start them single file or if they go back to double file. Looks like we're going to go single file here. Bueller. Way back in turn 3 on the throttle. Good start for the 7 car. He is going to have a pretty healthy lead with 7 to go. Batista around the top side now. Going to try to close the gap. See if we can do something with Bueller into that 7 car. Shamborn in behind that. Robert Schaefer up to 4th. Nick Cohan in 5th. Billy Rowley still 6th, but Gerlach trying to put pressure on Rowley. Make the 79 car work for every point he's going to get. Down to 5 laps to go. John Batista still runs second behind Ryan Bueller, right in front of Nick Shamborn. And that's a pretty good battle for just a second there. Shamborn and Schaefer. Schaefer now yielding the spot. She goes to the bottom side, and Shamborn just got too much momentum out of 2. He takes 3rd completely away. Nick Cohan still 5th. Finds a little bit of outside fence, gets the car straightened back up. Back to our leader. He's got a challenge. Batista went back to the bottom, and he is starting to pull along the side down in 1 and 2, but he's not able to do much in 3 and 4. A little bit of fence action there for the 7 car. Just too much momentum off the top side. I don't think anybody's going to be able to get there without trying to throw a closed door slider. White flag in the air one more time around. Batista giving it everything he's got off the bottom, but here comes Bueller. Ryan Bueller out of turn number 4. He wins again. Wins tonight at Kokomo. John Batista 2nd. Nick Shamborn in 3rd. And then Schaefer and Cohan 4th and 5th. We'll get our top 3 around here on the front stretch. Ryan Bueller's got the car sitting atop the finishing podium. We may have to rewind this just a little bit so we can keep Mr. Batista in there. But let's have a good look down here at Shamborn's car. I'll start grabbing these guys up as I can find them here and bringing them up to the channel. Well, I say all those things, and I hope that it works out. Just waiting for the guys to show up in chat here so we can talk to them. I am not seeing any of my drivers. So far, not seeing them in our chat here in Discord. So we're trying to give them a minute, guys. I promise. We are just waiting to see if the drivers are coming in. Oh, there comes one. There we go. Here comes some boys now. Let's get these guys down here. A little bit better this time. Mr. Shamborn, is that you, sir?
Yeah, this me.
All right. You guys get such weird names in Discord that it's hard for me to decipher, man. Great run for you tonight. Digging the pink car a little bit here. A little bit up on the right rear, but you bring it home in third, man. Talk to us about this race tonight.
Yeah, fun track tonight. Was right up there on the wall, just trying to run my line. I did some practice earlier this week, real good on the top. And just trying to stay out of trouble and keep out of the wall here. That's what it's all about. You know, if you keep the car clean, you can end up with a good top 5 run.
Yeah, it looked like guys were able to do a couple of different things. We saw John Batista went to the bottom about in the middle of that race and made up a lot of ground. Actually took the lead away, but it looked like the top. Just too much momentum off of especially turn 2, and you guys were able to really make a lot of ground up on the guys running the bottom there. How much different was it from one end to the other?
Going into 1, the track kind of fell away right into the wall. You had to be really, really careful going in up top. 3 and 4, you could still run in there real hard the whole race. And you know, I was talking to Nick Cohan in our team chat that bottom looked like it was going away at the end. I was hoping I could get Batista there at the end on the top, but he just had a little too much still on the bottom.
Yeah, still a fantastic run, man. Like I said, I'm looking at that pink car, and I see you in a different car almost weekly now, and so the pink one I think standing out. I think you probably should run that for the rest of the season, maybe get some of these great finishes out of it. Who's on the car helping you out here, buddy?
Yeah, I'd like to thank a local diner I put on there, Nazareth Diner. They got real good gravy fries, all kinds of favorite diner foods. Yeah, I decided to run the pink car this week. You know, we're getting close to Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Just wanted to bring some awareness to that cause, so I did a little pink out there.
It's fantastic, man. We appreciate you taking the time. Congratulations on a great podium finish tonight, and we look forward to seeing you next week, buddy.
Yeah, thanks so much. Thanks for all you do for broadcasting our series.
All right. The third place finisher, Mr. Nick Shamborn. And we will move on to second place now. Got to get a better angle to look at the 54 car, and I'm not sure I'm going to get a great one. Probably as good as it's going to get right there with the way that he parked that car, but we'll give John a little bit of grief for that later. John Batista, you there, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
It is going pretty well, man. You made a great bid for the lead there in the middle, but talk to us about the start of that race and the chaos, and then when we got to the middle, what did you find that got you to the front?
Yeah, it was chaos, and I don't really know how to run the top here in the late model yet, so I really just stuck to the bottom and hope it came in, and it was there pretty much the whole race, so I just stayed there, and I was kind of hoping it would stay green, so so lap traffic would play a role like it did last week here. Unfortunately, that didn't really happen, so I really had to hit my marks on the bottom. And the setup, the baseline setup here is super tight, so I basically had to absolutely nail it every time to even get any remotely good run off the corner. So yeah, as long as I could hit my marks, I was able to keep up with Ryan for the most part. It did go away at the end a little bit, but yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, this is a tough little track, and when you miss your marks just a little bit, we saw a lot of problems for guys in the heat races getting way out of shape, and sometimes it can cause stack ups. But you like I say, you started back there, what, third or fourth row on the inside, and it looked like everybody was kind of a little impatient at the start, and you just kind of picked your way through. And once you got to second, looked like things kind of opened up. You started to get into lap traffic, and I wanted to ask you a question before we go too far there. You had the lead, and a caution came out. How did you give that back? What happened
I don't know. Something happened with the race control. It moved the entire inside line back a spot, so it put me back into second for some reason, and Billy lost a spot too. Don't know why. Well, so you saw we were coming back to the green, and the yellow came out like as soon as we crossed the line, like a millisecond after we crossed the line. So I think it just screwed up the whole order.
Yeah, you guys were just coming out of four. I think the front two maybe got to the line, and then the caution triggered. And I was wondering because you were the leader on a restart, and then you weren't the leader on the next restart. We didn't even complete a lap, so it was kind of weird to me. I didn't know if maybe he got across in front of you at the line at that moment or not, because we were watching that wreck. So I wanted to.
No, I think because Billy lost a spot too. I think it moved the whole inside line back.
Well, that's unfortunate. I don't know if it necessarily cost you the race, but it did cost you a chance to get a great start on everybody and maybe keep that lead. Still a great run, man. Who's on the car helping you out this week? And we'll let you go celebrate a fantastic run here in the late models.
Oh, yeah. I just want to congratulate Ryan on his hard-fought victory. Well-earned, sir. That was a great race. A lot of fun. Same guys every week. Jason Brody, Absolute Automation Security. Thanks to Nick for putting this deal on every week. Have a lot of fun. A lot of great racers here. Drew Neal at 19 Designs, Brett Wheeler at Ultimate Dirt TV, you Roger, Dirt Racing Network, and I will see you next week for 360s at Charlotte.
You won't see me tomorrow night for the umps?
We'll see you there.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and I do look forward to seeing you do battle tomorrow night. Should be exciting.
Yeah, should be an interesting one.
Hey,
the points battle's heating up, huh?
Yeah, points are looking good right now. You guys are getting pretty tight over there, so I'm looking forward to the rest of this season in that series.
Yeah, and he has a drop week too, so I gotta start finishing a little bit better and getting a better pill draw.
All right, man. Well, we will see you tomorrow night, man. Thanks for chatting with us, buddy. Good luck.
Yep. Yeah. See you tomorrow.
John Batista, your second place finisher. Oh, I moved him way too far, I think. Let's move Mr. Bueller in here.
Hello.
What is going on, buddy? Good run for you tonight.
Hey, thank you. My heart's still racing after that one.
This is a tough little place, man, but it looked like you went to the top and pretty much stayed married to it most of the night. I saw you go to the bottom a handful of times in 3 and 4. What made you change and do that in the middle of the race?
I mean, not gonna lie, you can tell Bautista was running the bottom. That he was comfortable there. He was coming up there. Top starting to wear out a little bit. So I was gonna try to keep my momentum up in 1-2 and run the bottom 3-4. I just couldn't get a good rhythm coming up there. Then he got by me. I think the officials messed up on a little bit of scoring there. But I was like, I'm just gonna stick to the top, and if I win it, I win it. If not, I'm gonna go home, put a show on for the fans.
Well, I asked JB about that, and I asked you the same thing. Anybody know what happened there? Because he had the lead. You guys restarted. You guys barely get to the line. The caution comes out, and the next thing we know, 7B car is back on the pole.
Yeah, it's a known bug. I think I've seen it 2 times now myself, where it just randomly happens a lot. Typically, it's on either short tracks like Fairbury or tracks right when a caution comes out as you're crossing the finish line. It's just one of those do not count caution laps bugs that iRacing still has.
Well, a very strange deal, but works out in your favor tonight. And once you got the lead back there, it looked like really nobody had anything for you at all. Shamborn made a late run, but he couldn't even get around Batista. How much did the top change during the race?
The top didn't change a ton. It slowed down a little bit, but it kind of hits a plateau where it doesn't really slow down too much more. I think the bottom kind of did go away a little bit more at the end once everybody started pounding that again, but just more the top is sometimes a little bit easier to hit your marks as long as you don't hit the wall coming in the corner.
Well, a great race. You come out with a win. You're going to extend the points lead. Rowley finishes somewhere back 5th or 6th there. So be able to extend that points lead out on him, man. Who's helping you out each and every week? And we'll let you go celebrate a little bit.
Yeah, I'd have to first of all thank Rayco Motorsports and Paint Shop, new setup shop I'm helping work for, and Butt Kicker Gamer 2 System that just came on board as a sponsor for our team. Couldn't do it without them supporting me. I think ever since Rayco brought me on board, I think of official races I've won over 70%. So just hitting the ground running and trying to put up some good finishes.
All right, man. Well, a great run tonight. Congratulations once again on the win. We look forward to seeing you next week in the sprint cars again, bud.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Your winner tonight, Ryan Bueller. Take a quick look at our standings. Bueller wins it. Batista was second. Shamborn in third. Schaefer comes home in fourth. Cohan falls to fifth. Near the end right there, he had a good run all night long, just a top 5, and he can't hang his head about that. Fantastic for him. Billy Rowley in sixth. Josh Gerlach worked his way all the way up to seventh tonight. Mike Kelly in eighth. Tom Leake was ninth. Shannon Wood 10th. 11th to Scott Simley. 12th, Brandon Walter. Bill Coy in 13th. Doug Sigmund 14th. 15th to Lance Keister. Reed Rundle, tough night for the 43 car, beat up all over the place. He finishes 16th. Shane Yates in 17th. Mason Hine 19th. Damian Leininger was in 19th. Excuse me. Hunter Parsons in 20th. Really didn't start the race, but scores him in 20th because he was in the server. And that is going to do it for the results, guys. Few weeks left in this thing. I think there's about 3 or 4 weeks, and the points are getting interesting. Everything about this series coming together. Next week, back in the sprint cars with these guys. Can't wait for that. These guys have been putting on great shows each and every night. Tomorrow night, Dirt Slingers. Wednesday, Warrior Ump Series. Guys going to go try to tighten up that points battle a little bit more. And then on Thursday night, Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series. Both of those at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to tune in for those. For myself, Dominic Santina, and K.R. Stolfus here at the Dirt Racing Network. We appreciate your time tuning in and watching the races with us each and every night. Until we see you the next time, keep it dirty, everybody. Good night.